What's up, fellow Saiyans, and welcome to episode 27 of my Marvel Minipaints. Today we're doing Mr. Sinister. He's a big-time X-Men villain. He is primed up in uniform gray by Army Painter, which is pretty much all the colors I'm going to be using. I've yet to play against him yet, but I painted all the rest of the blue members besides him, so he's going to have to be the next villain I try out. So to start him off, we're going to use mummy robes for his face, because his skin color is like all real pale white. Now for his outfit that he's wearing, that weird cloak thing, I'm going to use deep blue and necromancer cloak to make like a grayish blue color. It took a little while to get the right color I wanted, but once I got it, it's a lot of painting from here on out, pretty much everywhere around him, besides the back behind his neck, like the collar area, and the base. Everything he's wearing is pretty much this color. And although this took a while, this was fairly easy because I used like 4 colors for him. And you got plenty of mess up area if you're using just one color for almost this entire outfit. What's nice about it being a darker blue is it doesn't require many coats. Really, like, I wouldn't even necessarily, for most spots, I wouldn't even necessarily say you need 2. But once we're finally finished with that blue color, we're going to use just the Necromancer cloak, and we're going to add that to the base, because the base he's like standing on a bunch of rock and rubble. We're also going to use it for his hair too. Once that's finished, we're going to head over for the back of his collar and for the gems on that diamond on his body and on his forehead. We're going to use dragon red, as well as his belt too. Taking my detail brush, add another layer of the mummy robes to his face. Same thing with the Necromancer cloak for the hair and beard. And then I'm going to use that red just to get that little diamond in his forehead. Take the detail brush, trim up the collar. We're also gonna use the dragon's red for his eyes as well. I was just waiting for that mummy robes to set in first. Now we're gonna take some weapon bronze. We're going to add it to a couple of the metal discs that are under him. Or they're like windows or something from like a lab type. I don't know what they are. We're going to do one or a couple in weapon bronze and then some in plate mail metal. Now, when it's all dry, it's time to start the washing process. We're going to start with dark tone. We're going to use this for his hair and his costume, as well as the base he's standing on, because we got a darker color and metallics. But for the face, we're going to take dark tone and we're going to dilute it a little bit with water just to get a light little glaze, because we don't want to darken up the mummy robes too much. So we're just going to apply the dark tone to the regular dark tone itself, to the hair, all over the costume, and all over the base. Now we're going to use soft tone in some of the red areas, like his collar and his belt. And then after that dries, we start to begin our highlights. We're going to use pure red for the red highlights. And sometimes you have to add a couple layers of this for this to really show up over the dragon's red. So you'll see later on. I'll throw a coat down and come back and add a little more later. Now we're gonna use matte black, and I kind of like did my own little thing with his hair because it was necromancer cloak with a dark tone on it, so it was already a darker color, but I kind of did the highlights of it with matte black just as like an opposite effect, just to see what it would look like. Now for his face, we're going to use matte white, and we're going to almost use like a little dry brush method type thing along with the detail brush. Not necessarily dry. I mean, I take a lot of the paint off and then lightly go over where the light would hit it. Now I'm going to take some of this Americana baby pink paint I have, and I'm just going to add a little dab of this to the pure red. I'm going to add a little bit of that over top of the other pure red, just so we have like an actual highlight. And now for the blue parts, we're going to use crystal blue. We're going to use a dry brush, and we're going to put that all over the blue part. It's the dark bluish gray color we made. And once that's finished, we're going to take uniform gray, and we're going to dry brush that onto everything. Give it some time to sit. And then once it's finished drying here, we're going to take this glow paint that I got from Five Below, and we're just going to apply this all over top of it. Because he's always messing with like lab experiments and clones and stuff, so I kind of wanted to make it look like an accident, something spilled. And this is kind of what we're going to get out of it. I like it. I think I did alright. And I don't know what just happened on this video right now. It's redoing what we just looked at. Well, we can watch it again. We could skip on a little bit. I don't know what just happened. I can show you again. You can see that's what happens when you make videos like this. Sometimes it gets, something happens and it just gets reset. Yeah, glow paint from Five Below again, since we're on repeat. I'd like to apologize about this, guys. Sometimes this shit happens. So again, in case you didn't hear me the first time, we're gonna add some glow paint because it looks like he spilled something. Because he's always working in a lab with clones. Deja vu. Now, as I was saying before, this is my final product of him. You'll get a little close up here in a second when it zooms in. But yeah, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching. If you want to catch live painting sessions, like the full 2-hour videos, not these short ones, follow me on either Twitch or Facebook. Just look for Saiyan Elite, the little Saiyan guy. He's on. Just look for the little cartoon guy. Subscribe to get notified of new episodes when these come out, because I'm trying to just keep pumping these out. So if you want to get notified of the new ones, just subscribe to that. And again, thanks for watching, and later, Saiyans.